What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back once again, and we're going to be still continuing the fan-made story that I've created for you guys, or just for anybody in general to enjoy Star Wars. Of course, Star Wars is Survivor story. Now, just for a little bit of a recap of what happened, Caleb is now head in charge of a royal family's affairs of making sure that they are prepared against the Empire in case of an invasion, while still looking like they are ready to serve the Empire as well. Now, once again, guys, this ain't probably the best story out there. I'm trying to make sure that this story is very well done, so it's still a work in progress. So don't try to be too rough with me. But we're going to go ahead and continue with part 2. So go ahead and check out part 1. It is on the channel. So let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about this. And I hope you enjoy. Hours pass while the family was having dinner, while Caleb still in his room working on an assignment, while hearing on the intercom, "Come in, Caleb's, please." Come and join us in the dining room. Gab roams the halls, entering the dining room area and seeing Gerard, Ilaria, as well as Helena. "What may I assist you with? Please sit down, Caleb, and eat with us." Gerard says, "You have worked so hard, you need a big meal to fulfill your desires of having, worked on such a great, magnificent defense for us, so please enjoy us." "Very well." Once Caleb sits down, they start celebrating with all the amazing work that you've done. Of course, you need to have your own room. This is why I do appreciate that. And also, with your daughter has been kind enough to bring me meals when I've been unable to assist myself with eating. And I need to eat, and all the food is excellent. "Yes," Helena says, "it's been towards you ever since you two have been training." Caleb sits down, staring at Helena. While starting to eat his meal, Gerard sees this and just smiles. "I'm glad you two have grown fond of one another. In fact, I mentioned how your lessons are going with my daughter." Helena says, "Oh, please, I know Gail has been teaching you to defend yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just wish you would have just told me is all. I would have given you a much bigger studio to practice." In fact, just as Gerard says something, alarms going off. Guards running in, stating, "The Empire is here, sir, and they're hiring on our cities, killing people." Jumping from his chair, grabbing his napkin from his neck, "Sir, they want you." Grabbing a communicator, an image of an Empire official states, "Hello hello from your Royal Emperor. This planet is now under the full Galactic Empire, and no one states that you will either surrender or die for betrayal to the Emperor as well as the Empire." Gerard sits there and says, "No papers or notifications was notified of something like this, and we have not treason against anyone or someone to speak with me, and I'm speaking to you now." That, of course, again, there was no papers. "That doesn't matter. Surrender or die." Turning off the device, Caleb gets the defenses ready at once. "Sir." Running to the defense room, turning on all the cannons, balls, and seeing stormtroopers and soldiers blast at one another, gunships going all over, walkers blowing up buildings as well as killing innocent people, and walkers just blasting it all the way down to the cannons that were newly built, and while destroying a major wall in the process, while running to his room, gathering everything he can find, prepare for battle, and then grabs his lightsaber as last resort. He thinks, running towards the city and jumping from the balcony room, blasting at troopers and officers, killing as many to save innocents as possible, killing all the soldiers and using the soldiers to diverge a solution as well, and use what we have gone over. But then seeing Death Troopers coming, as well as some what looked to be Sith, but others were wielding a red lightsaber, gassing me at what Gil continued to look at. What are these things he looked at? They don't appear to be Sith. Killing on both sides, ordering soldiers to fall back to the palace barricade, throwing 3 bombs at troopers and whoever else. They won't take long, pressuring the wall doors, turning around, showing a button, "Keep firing," Caleb ordered. Pressing it, blowing up 5 blocks along with the bombs he threw as the fence to entrance to the palace was destroyed. Seeing what civilians survived so far, ordering to go to the escape ships, still firing. Seeing jet black troopers land, losing 1 blaster and throwing 1 dagger at his last bomb on the ground, running into the palace, knowing the stairs was the last thing left, keeping them safe. Closing doors, hearing the bomb go off, and all he had was a lightsaber and a sword and a blaster. Knowing once again this had to be a last resort to use. Seeing three-fourths of his soldiers that he's been prepping for this died, he ran to Helena and her parents. We must flee. The defenses are falling. We must escape. No one will protect. No, you will protect my wife and my daughter, Caleb. What about your guards? He states. I will fight alongside my men, hearing the blastering fire outside of the doors. Seeing the last ship of full civilians leave. My love, Illyria states. Are you saying you're not coming with us? No, you will take our daughter and Gibbs to another planet. He knows how to get there. How do you know this? Helena asked. And I said, in this case of something like this, no, I must say this is my job. No, your job is seeing the door break down and seeing troopers swarm the room, fighting, blasting, finding an opening hatch to Illyria kisses her husband and runs. He grabs Gibbs and says, protect my family. No, I'm ordering. No, I'm staying. No, I'm ordering you to go. And he states, with Blastic still firing and is lifting his man troops coming after Gerard and a Sith-looking figure, Gale lights up his lightsaber, attacking the Sith Lord, or whatever it could be, attacks and goes back and forth in the fight, clashing with one another. Sith cuts the throat of more troops, using the Force, pushing back the troopers' weapon, picking up 4 soldiers to protect Gerard, who can still fight. Seeing more troopers coming, blasting fire, I knew you were a Jedi. Gerard states, looking at Caleb. When I met you, no one is now able to protect my family like I say. Now go. Just then, blasting fire, killing Gerard in the back. Caleb holds him up, seeing the troopers that did this, grabbing the trooper by the Force, killing him by throwing him in the sword of another sword, using his last of his blasting fire as well as his sword, using one more of the sword as well as blasting his way out. Using the Force, jump backwards, destroying the opening so that the Empire could no longer follow him. Running towards the ship, seeing Illyria grabs her daughter. Come on, Caleb runs with his lightsaber, running in the ship, punching coordinates, and the ship lets off and ascends into dark space. Seeing the Sith Lord himself that he's always heard about, the one that he dreaded, the stories he has heard. He sees Lord Vader himself, commanding his troops to victory, descending into space, thinking now he has to protect these women at all costs. Putting his lightsaber in the bag with his old robes. I suppose I owe you both an explanation of why I've had this, but it's very hard to explain, as well as clones to punch coordinates, and when I did, it's a long story. Helena looking at him saying, yeah, I think you do owe me an explanation, because you holding back as a Jedi or a so-called traitor does not help the situation. Illyria gets angry as well, stating that my husband just gave his life for this man, as well as us. I think we need to give him the benefit of the doubt. Helena feels betrayed, but at the same time impressed that he has such power but is not able to use it. So what exactly is the story that you are willing to give us? Sit down, both of you, Caleb states. This is a story I wish I did not have to tell you. As they state, well, who was that was commanding these troops? He says that's a whole nother story as well. Well, we have time because now it's going to be hours before we release this next planet. Well, then strap in and get comfortable because it's going to be a long story, Caleb states. Okay, guys, that was part 2. I know it's a little short. Again, I'm still working on it. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm trying to make it close to the canon and as to the story as possible to kind of fit into actual other Star Wars stories that has happened. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, great. If not, that's okay too. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Again, it is still a work in process. I'm just still working on it daily when I have time, as well as doing other videos for you guys. So let me know once again what you guys thinking about in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one.